All right, number one. Now I can divide both the 12 and the 18 by 6. So 6 is my GCF. And 12 divided by 6, 2, bring the x down. 18 divided by 6 is 3. Number 2, we can divide both the 10 and the 30 by 10, but this time there is an x in both. Go with the lowest power, so x to the first for your GCF. Now, like I've said, you don't have to show this each time. I didn't on number 1, but just to remind you what's going on here. You're dividing by that GCF. 10 divided by 10 is 1. Maybe I need it, maybe not. X squared divided by x leaves you with x. So I didn't need the 1. I can write 1x if I want. I don't have to. Just x is good. And then minus 30 divided by 10 is 3. Your x's are canceled. Now dots, different than 2 squares. Perfect square, minus sign, perfect square. One gets a plus, the other gets a minus. Square root of 25n squared is 5n. That goes first in both. And then the square root of 16 is 4. That goes second. Just remember, you can have the minus first. That's fine, as long as you got one of each. Like number 4, you could write a minus 4, then a plus 4. That would be fine. Number 5, x plus 5, x minus 5. Number 6, now just don't forget 1 is a perfect square. 1 times 1 is 1. So v plus 1, v minus 1. Trinomial factoring. No number in front of your square variable. That's how you know it's not AC. So now just what 2 numbers multiply to the n number. So multiply to 20, add up to 9, 4, and 5. Number 8, you have negative 80, so they have to multiply to a negative. So one's positive, one's negative. So 2 numbers that multiply to 80, and it's like they'll subtract to 2. 10 times 8 is 80. 10 minus 8 is 2. But that 2 is negative, so make sure the bigger number, the 10, gets the negative. Number 9, your last number is positive. So it's either positive times a positive or a negative times a negative. And since the middle is negative, it's got to be the 2 minuses. 9 times 5 is 45. 9 plus 5 is 14. And, you could write the 5, then the 9. Doesn't matter. Number 10, use negative 6 and positive 3. Negative 6 times 3 is negative 18. Negative 6 plus 3 is negative 3. Now, you can reverse the order. Just make sure that 3 keeps the plus and the 6 keeps the minus. Those are the same thing. Either of those is fine. All right. AC factor. So the first step, multiply 3 times -7. 3 times -7 is -21. I need two numbers that multiply to 21. It's negative, so one's a positive, one's a negative. So it's like they'll subtract to 4. Now, pretty much the only numbers probably that pop in your head are 7 and 3, which is correct. 7 minus 3 is 4. So you want to use a +7, -3. So break that 4v up into 7v minus 3v. Bring the ends down. Now, if you reverse the order of that, if you have 3v squared minus 3v, your middle work will look different, but you should get the same answer. If you did that and you are confused, please just ask for help sometime. Split it down the middle. Well, I can't divide 3 and 7 by anything, but there is a v. Divide, factor out a v. You'll be left with 3v plus 7. Now the right side almost already matches. It's still 3v and 7, but they're negatives. You don't want to change the numbers, just the sign. Divide by -1. All that does is just change that to 3v plus 7. Now again, you put the 3v first before the 7v when you split the middle up. It will look different, and your answer will be swapped in order, but it still should be the same. Pull that 3v plus 7 out. You left with v minus 1. Number 12. 2 times 12, 2 times 12, 24. Now you need two numbers that multiply to positive but add up to negative. They both have to be minuses. Three times 8 is 24. 8 plus 3 is 11. So we're going to use the 8 and the 3. I've noticed a lot of people forget that 8 times 3 is 24. Remember, if you need to, you can Google factors of 24 and should be able to find what you are looking for. So like I said, you got 8 and 3, they're negatives. Break that 11 up. Bring the ends down. Split it down the middle. If you put the 3 first, it'll look different again, but it should be the same. So my GCF here is 2x. You divide that 2x out, you factor that 2x out, and you get x minus 4. Now just be careful. The left side is plus and minus. The right side is the other way around. So you're not going to divide out 3, you'll divide out -3. Pull that x minus 4 out, and you left with 2x minus 3. Now you can get asked just to do that grouping part. So I'll split this down the middle. I can divide those both by 7p squared. 7 divided by 7 is 1. P cubed. Take out p squared, you got p left. 42 divided by 7 is 6. On the right side, you can divide those by 6. Take p plus 6 out. And you got 7p squared plus 6 left over. 14. Divide those by 7a squared. 49 divided by 7 is 7. You're left with a. That whole thing is divided by itself. So that's a 1. Now on the right side, you can divide by 6. Take the 7a plus 1 out, only write it once. Then you have 7a squared plus 6 left over. $15. Divide those by 2x squared. So you're left with 2x minus 3. You can divide the right side by 5. 2x minus 3 again. Take that out. 2x squared plus 5. Now, to simplify a fraction with pluses and minuses in it, we have to factor to make it a product. Then stuff will cancel out. On the top, it's trinomial. 10 times 10 is 100. 10 plus 10 is 20. So, one of the x plus 10s cancel out. You're left with x plus 10. Now, that is on the top. Don't need to put a 1 anywhere. You could put it over 1, that's fine. Don't put it under 1. It's on the top. It's got to stay on the top. 17, 9 and 5. 9 minus 5 is 4, so 5 is the negative. And then b minus 5 cancel. B plus 9 is your answer. The next group, they kind of look the same, but all you do, undefined values of a fraction, can't divide by 0. So if the denominator is 0, then the whole thing would be undefined. So for these, set the bottom equal to 0. Forget the top. This one's nice, just add 8. That one's done. This is a two-step equation. Add 14. Divide by 10. You get 1.4. And that is it.